Yes? 69 million. 6.9 crore jobs will be created in India. But these jobs will have skills that you might not be learning today in the next 5 years. And that will require you over 26 million freelancers in India. That's over 10x growth in just the last 10 years. It's about to grow a lot more in the next 5 to 10 years as well. Which means that there's a lot of opportunity that can be unlocked. 65% of the 26 million freelancers say that they make more than their working counterparts. So for example, if there is a freelance designer, 65% of freelance designers think that they make more than someone having a design job at a company. Right? We are entering into a world in which there's a new trend that is going on for people who are working on their own. Right? You can call them hackers, you can call them self-employed people, you can even call them unemployed if you want to do that. But this is really interesting, right? What's your definition of being rich? Can anyone tell me that? Anyone? Anyone? Yes. What's your definition of rich? I want to make this interactive. I'll just be talking for the next 20-30 minutes and I'll take questions from all of you people about whatever it is that you want to ask. Yes. If you look at someone, who do you call rich and who do you call not rich? If I were to ask you that. Any guesses? Koi bhi? The rich cultures of different societies and how it really works. So that's what's happening these days, right? And I have a huge list of friends who have this lifestyle. Working remotely for clients around the world and having that freedom. What you'll notice is the first type of rich are living to earn, right? And the second type are the ones who are earning to live. They make just enough so that they can travel the world and have new experiences and grow as an individual. While the other one is just making as much money as possible to pay out the EMIs for the things that they've bought, the material possessions that they have. So I want to help you understand that there's a new economy that's been created, the nomad economy. Now, one more thing is, there's a stat that was released by Aspiring Minds about engineers who are graduating, and they said that only 4% of all engineers are actually employable as a software developer, right? That's the job that everyone wants. How many of you want to get hired as a software developer? Software developer? No one? फिर क्या करना है भाई? What that can be done remotely. What it's talking about is that there's a huge skills gap. Only 4% people are employable. Rest all just don't have the skills required by the industry. And that's what I've also noticed whenever I hire people, right? I've hired close to 100 people in my agency. And for all the interviews that I go through, I realize there are 5 big problems that people are suffering with, right? There are 5 issues that need to be resolved. If you want to be someone who grows in their career, if you want to get to the next level, right? If you want to work with the best clients around the world, what you need, number 1, is communication, which I see a lack of in the audience right now. I don't know why that is. Anyways, you need to be great communicators for what you're building. You need to be the best salesman for yourself, right? The first thing that I see lacking in most people is this communication element. Like most of you, or most people in general, are not great at selling themselves. They are not great at communicating what is it that they can do for the user or for the client and how can it benefit them, right? That's the number 1 most important skill. Like I recently hired video editor, and the problem with the video editor was that he did not know how to talk properly on text, right? Forget talking on a call. He did not know how to talk properly, but he was good at editing videos. Did not work out. I was trying to ask him something, he was not replying enough. I don't want to work with someone like that. So you need to be great at communicating. That's the first thing. Second, you need to be great at problem solving, right? Far too many times it happens that people will give you, okay, ये answer है इस question का, इसको रट लो, exam में आएगा, वहाँ पर लिख दो, and you will get the marks, you'll pass. That doesn't really happen in the real world, right? You need to be great at solving problems. You need to be great at understanding that, okay, this is a problem statement, this is what I have applied as my critical thinking, and this is what the solution is of that problem. And the more you will become as a problem solver, the better opportunities you'll be able to unlock for yourself. That's the second thing. The third, what you can do that will make your life better. I want to hear from you people about what is it that you are struggling with. If you are in first year of college, like what do you want to do? How can I help you with it? So questions. Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's your name?
Faraz.
Faraz. Yes.
So my question is that if I have a well-established business and I got a very good job with a very high package, so I am not able to take a decision that whether I should continue with my business or whether I should go in the job. So according to you, what should be the best way to go further?
You have your own business?
I'm just asking a general question.
Or is it your papa ka business?
We can say a papa business.
Papa ka business. Wow, very interesting. I don't have a experience about this, particularly my father works in a normal job, but I think it's good. Like recently I met my alumni from my college, like a senior in my college, and he said that, I also have like a furniture business of my father that I can join, but I intentionally chose to work. He works in a PM role in a company, so he crunches numbers and does some funny stuff. So he said that I want to get an experience of 2 to 3 years of understanding what it is like working under someone, correct my mistakes, discover the unknown unknowns, and then step out and help my father with my business. So I think if you can do that, that'll be a great way to help your business even more. Like if you can learn how it is and what it really takes to work in a company.
Thank you, sir.
More questions? Yes. यार questions पूछो. That is the most important thing, right? When I was in first year, right, मेरे को लगता था कि लोग क्या बोलेंगे. If I ask a silly question, लोग क्या बोलेंगे, right? What if I get made fun of or something like that? You don't need to worry about all of that.
Hey Ishan,
Hi.
I'm Aradhya. I've been following you for over 2 years, and I'm really glad I get to meet you today through college. So, as we know, in school from 1st to 12th grade, we have a specific direction. In 10th, it's like clear your boards, do well. In 11th and 12th, get into coaching, clear competitive exams, get into good college. And once we are into good colleges, there is a lot of things going on, a lot of things to explore, and there is not a specific direction a person can take. And we are still figuring it out. So what would be your advice to a first year or a second year student who's looking to build their personal brand and want to expand their network, and they're trying to figure a niche for themselves by the end of their engineering? Any career?
Aradhya, you have to understand this thing, right? As I said, you need to be relevant with what is happening in the world. That's the first most important thing. Secondly, you need to start building in public. Right? How many of you know about building in public? Building in public. Very few hands. So building in public is basically, what you do is, you basically start a mission of exploring what you want to do, as Aradhya said. You have various fields that you can get into, right? You can become a developer, you can be a designer, you can be a consultant, helping companies grow. But you need to start documenting your learnings and your process on social. What happens is, you can basically just be attending a event like this, you could be going to some workshops, you can be learning from a course, you can try giving interviews, and through all of these processes, when you start sharing your learnings on social, something interesting happens. You start finding new opportunities for yourself. Opportunities that just did not exist before. Recruiters on Twitter, LinkedIn are always looking for people who are hyper active and accountable, and they are sharing what they are learning. As a designer, it could be developer, whatever skill that you have. right? So they're always looking for this thing. So you need to start building and sharing in public. It could be you building your agency, could be you building your startup, could be you just being a freelancer and learning from other people. The simple act of just making one tweet every day about what you learned, or a LinkedIn post every day, can help you take your career ahead by 10x, right? So as you're exploring new things, try your best to share whatever it is that you are learning. It's not for others, but it is for your own self. You will be able to revise कि आज क्या सीखा, and you'll be able to get more opportunities as well. This has happened with me. I was in first year. I used to make videos, or I used to just make simple LinkedIn posts about what I'm building. And I was getting opportunities and DMs by recruiters from recently funded startups. So these were, let's just say, Series A startups, and they wanted me to work as a social media manager. They wanted me to work as a front-end developer intern, right? So all of this was possible because I was sharing in public. So that's the most important thing that you should be focusing on. And third, just, again, as I said, your attention is limited. So just know what you give your attention to and if it is really worth it or not. And always try to find smart cuts, right? Smart cuts, like लोग बोलते हैं ना इसने shortcut ले लिया, इसने ये कर लिया, right? It's actually a good thing. I'm always looking for people who can find shortcuts to what they are doing. Because if you are really good at something, you'll always find shortcuts. You want to save time, right? I was making content for 2 years and doing everything myself. I was the one recording the video. I was the one who would make the thumbnail. I was the one who would reply to all the emails. I would do everything myself. And I was saying कि मेरे को बहुत, गर्व है इस बात पे. I'm very proud of myself doing everything myself. And I realized that it's better to outsource things. It's better to make a team than doing everything myself. That would free up my time that I can invest into other things like, coming on stages like this and sharing my learnings and helping other people as well. So that's the most important thing you should understand.
And I have just one more request. I would love to get this book signed by you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Can you tell us when Unicorn Secret is coming out?
Yes, Unicorn Secret is coming on the 15th of August. So how many of you know about Unicorn Secret? Right. All right. So Unicorn Secret is a book which is coming out on the 15th of August, in which me and my co-author Kushal Lodha, who is a CA, used to be a CA, now he is building his own startup. Both of us set out on a mission exactly on the 1st of June last year. It's going to be about a year. What we decided was we want to learn from the best people in the startup industry. People who've built billion-dollar companies. People who have faced challenges and overcome those to become the market leaders in their domains. Zerodha, right? Oyo. So I set out on this mission to meet all of the founders who have built these companies. And we thought it would be great to record that conversation and create a book out of it. It's a 20-chapter book in which we've shared the journeys of 20 unicorn startups, right from the childhood of these founders to today building a big company. Many of us think that, people who are doing exceptional work, like for example, Nitin Kamath, Nikhil Kamath, who are building Zerodha, these people are seen as people who have some innate talent. कि तो पैदा ही ऐसे हुए थे. They were born with something magical that enabled them to build a 2,000 crore profit company every year. But that's not true. We decided that we want to learn from them. We want to hear it from them. How was their story really like? Because we believe that if you understand the other side, like their story, you will be much more motivated to start your own journey as well. So it's a lot of helpful advice that will help you if you are growing in your career, if you want to start a business, if you want to start a scalable startup, raise funding, and eventually even build a unicorn maybe someday. So that's Unicorn Secret, coming out very soon. I'm very excited for it, and thank you so much for asking about that. Design on Figma. I'm not the best at it, but I know a lot more about YouTube than other people. So that's my pie-shaped learning approach that you should employ. By the way, for all जो मैंने बातें करी पिछले 1 घंटे से, if you're not noting it down, you're missing out on a lot. You are great at coming up with ideas. Your brain is great at coming up with ideas, but it is poor at retaining them. So make sure that you write it down, whatever it is that I'm talking about as well. Yes.
Thank you.
Right. More questions. What I am building as well. And what happens when you do that is new opportunities open up, start unlocking, right? And you see a lot more in the world that is possible. Pehle, you have a very limited thinking. Okay, this is what I can do. People told you that you should do placements, you should score well, you should do this. But when you start hanging out with people who have similar journeys that you have, you realize that shoulds don't really get you anywhere in life that you truly wanted to, that you want exactly. So I think at the end, you need to form a better friend group, be very picky for how you spend your time and who you spend your time with, and invest in an affordable course. That will help you optimize your time to the best. That's the best you can do right now.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. One last time, I want all of you to stand up. Let's make an Instagram story. Hi everyone, I am at New Horizon College and this is the audience. Thank you so much everyone for coming.
Thanks for the watching. Please like, subscribe to my channel to get more update about this new video.